Hi everyone, I'm Carol Bassey, Director of Alumni and Parent Communities. Graduates, we are here tonight to celebrate all of you. We have 3 alumni with us to offer you words of encouragement and to welcome you to your respective alumni associations. We also, of course, have Marianne Benninger here. But before we get to that, I'd like to invite Tanya Lynn Bennett, an alumna of both the Casperson and the Theological Schools, and Associate Dean in the Theological Schools, to offer an invocation.
It is so good to see you all here this evening and to celebrate with you this great achievement as you commence on a new beginning post-life at Drew. If we were together in person at senior dinners or other celebrations, we would begin with an invocation, inviting an aspect of gratitude to fall over us. So let's begin that way tonight. Can we join our hearts, if not our hands, in giving thanks? Great Spirit, tonight, we are physically distanced, but gathered together in a spirit of gratitude and thanksgiving for what has been and what will be. For this space of listening, learning, and living together, we are grateful. For faculty, staff, coaches, peers, colleagues who have offered us knowledge, new ways of thinking, guidance, and community, we are grateful. For times of work, play, struggle, and laughter, for friends and family that have supported us over these years as we've studied for these degrees. We are very grateful. For a forest that surrounds us with beauty and reminds us that tall trees grow from small seeds. We are grateful. As we leave this forest virtually now to enter an uncertain and rapidly reforming world, may we bring the spirit of justice, wisdom, and joy that we have encountered and experienced in the Drew Forest to a world that desperately needs compassionate leaders for just such a time as this. May it be so. May it be so. It is now my pleasure to introduce Drew University President Marianne Benninger.
Thank you so much, Tanya, for that invocation. I am just so pleased to welcome and congratulate the class of 2020. But at the same time, I can't believe that we're here doing this virtually. The Mead Hall porch is behind me, and just yesterday I was standing on that porch and I was thinking of your time at Drew in the 3 schools and the beautiful times that you spent there. And I hope that the next time I see you, it is on that Mead Hall lawn or somewhere on campus when you come back as alums to visit, or hopefully when you come later this summer to do this, to celebrate a weekend like this in person. I know that this is such an unusual time for you, but one of the things that I reflect on is that we wouldn't be able to do this as a community if we hadn't already had community in the forest before we began to face what we faced with COVID. And I know that as hard as this time is, it's going to make your relationships and your friendships with your fellow Druids all the stronger as you move through your lives. Right now, we have almost 50 people in this Zoom room, alums and staff and other friends from Drew, to celebrate you and to toast you. And I hope that we see you on Saturday at the virtual commencement, where we've had a team really working night and day round the clock to make that a very special celebration. And I hope that you gather together in the watch parties to enjoy that. Now, however, what we're going to do for the rest of this toast is have your soon-to-be fellow alumni greet you, each with their own message, starting with Allison Siegel, Vice President of the College Alumni Association Board. Allison?
Thank you, President Benninger. Good evening and congratulations. My name is Allison Siegel, CLA class of 2008, and I'm the Vice President of Drew's College Alumni Association. I would be remiss if I don't address the fact that tonight is unlike any other graduation toast. With the ongoing pandemic affecting us all, it is my hope that you and your loved ones are safe and healthy. And for those of you who are coping with sick family members or friends, I wish them a full and speedy recovery. Tonight and the last couple of weeks have placed us all in a very different set of circumstances. But fortunately, it also provides us with an opportunity. Regardless of the current situation, this week is your last week as a Drew student. After Saturday, you will be Drew alums. And with this transition comes more change. Many of you will be going on to grad school or jobs or other opportunities. Most, if not all of you, will continue to be apart from the friends and relationships you've cultivated at Drew over the last couple years. This physical separation we are undertaking provides us all with the opportunity to continue to develop and maintain relationships, a feat that is more difficult in practice than it sounds. Turn this hardship into a positive development. Use the technology at your disposal to its fullest potential. Your graduating class is in a distinct position to leverage your technological advantage over others in the job market. Use it. Your graduating class has a distinct story. Tell it. Do not let this pandemic or the circumstances surrounding your senior year define you. Well, I would encourage you all to take the time to grieve your loss, and make no mistake about it, it is a loss. Remember that it in no way diminishes your years at Drew. It doesn't tarnish the relationships you've built or your academic performance. It does not make you any less of a graduate. Walking across the stage on a Saturday in May is merely symbolic of your academic achievement, not definitive. It may be hard to do, but let this situation, this new normal, build your character and your spirit. Let it make you more resilient to future change, because candidly, there will be future change. And when the time comes when we can all return to Drew, do it. I echo the sentiments of President Benninger. Come back when the leaves begin to turn and the acorns drop from the trees. Come back when the campus is covered in snow and students try and sled on commons trays. Come back when the trees outside Brothers College begin to bloom. Come back and remember what makes Drew so special. That intangible, can't put my finger on it, but I know exactly what it is feeling. Many of you, no doubt, have been giving back in your communities during this time, whether it's helping your family and neighbors, or supporting local businesses or restaurants, or helping frontline workers, and I commend you. Giving back is the hallmark of a strong community. It reflects individuals giving up something for the greater good. So tonight, I ask you to give back to your Drew community, to the Drew greater good in any way you can. In life, we can't all give 5 or 6 figure donations, but we can all give. Reach out to Drew if you can give your time. Reach out to Drew if one day you can give your money. And please, never forget to reach out to Drew if you need help. The university will be there for you, whether it's to embrace your giving or support your needs. Reach out, communicate, and stay in touch. Join the alumni launch page. Reach out to the Career Center for job assistance. Use Drew Connect to meet and network with alums. The alumni community at large, are willing to share our time and our experience. All we ask is that you do the same for future graduates when they reach out to you. So as you begin your alumni journey, I ask you to give. And in exchange, Drew and its alumni will continue to give to you. Once again, congratulations. Tonight, I am proud to welcome you to the Drew Alumni Association and Network, and I am proud to call you part of my Drew family. It is now my pleasure to introduce the next speaker, Kirk Johnson, Casperson Council Chair, and a graduate of both the Casperson and Theological Schools.
Thank you, Allison. Good evening, everyone, and good evening to Drew's class of 2020. As Allison said, my name is Kirk Johnson. I'm a proud Drew alum twice. I had the privilege to graduate from Drew Theological School with my Master of Divinity in 2012 and Casperson Graduate School class of 2016 with my doctorate in medical humanities. As the president of the Casperson School Alumni Council, I wanted to remind you of 3 things your career at Drew has given you, but has given all of us as fellow alumni. First, life tools. Second, tenacity. And third, community. Drew has given you important life tools in the ability of critical thinking and emotional intelligence. In an age of conspiracy and false information, I encourage you to evaluate your options carefully, reflect, and make sound decisions. Exercise your ability to be aware of yourself, be aware of others' lived experiences, and continue to be informed about our society. Ultimately, being a servant of humanity. Drew has shaped your ability to persevere, to overcome challenges. What you accomplished to get to this point was not easy, but you have made it. Congratulations. I cannot promise you that life after Drew will be perfect, especially in these unprecedented times. There will be joy and hope and times of setbacks and disappointments. However, the tenacity that you developed at Drew, I truly believe will aid you in the numerous transitions of life. Lastly, Drew is your community. Drew is our community. I welcome each of you as alumni. The relationships you have formed at Drew, I encourage you to continue to nurture them. Look out for each other and support each other. Join Drew Connect and communicate with alumni on LinkedIn. In the time of social distancing, know that you are not alone. A popular African proverb profoundly states, if you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Drew Class of 2020, let us lift up each other and move forward together. Once again, congratulations. And now I have the privilege to reintroduce again the Reverend Dr. Tanya Lynn Bennett, Associate Dean for Vocation Formation and Associate Professor in the Practice of Public Theology and Vocation, as she shares her thoughts with our theological school.
Thanks so much, Kirk. I so appreciate this opportunity to greet you, our newest alumni, to the Drew Theological Alumni Association. As an Associate Dean in the Theological School, it is my pleasure to be the one who works with our alumni to strengthen and support the mission of the Theological School and the university as a whole. As a graduate of the Theological and Casperson graduate schools myself, I have experienced the critical ways in which the values and mission of Drew University as a whole and its graduate programs specifically have shaped my witness in the world and my commitment to justice making and advocacy on behalf of the most vulnerable and neglected among us. We are in a particular moment in our human history, and it is my deep hope that Drew graduates will be at the center of a movement to reshape and reform our social systems as this pandemic illuminates the ways in which racism, ageism, classism, and ableism, among others, affect the lived experience of the most deeply oppressed in our society as we live through this crisis. We have a great opportunity now to step out into this scary but always hopeful world and be strong voices, speaking out of the theological and biblical foundations which inform a way of living as koinonia, as holy community. We will be reorganizing our Theological Alumni Association over the coming year so that we can better mobilize and network to support our work of ministry, of mission, of public theology in whatever form it takes. We will be inviting you to participate as we strategize to form regional alumni bodies around the world, wherever we find Drew Theo alumni constituencies. These regional bodies will meet often virtually, with representatives coming together in a central steering committee quarterly to strategize about how best to support our students, our curriculum, our experiential learning programs, and our infrastructure, including our finances. Your contributions of time, talent, and treasure will be integral to Drew's continued impact on theological education, the church, and the world. So look forward to hearing from us soon. And now go into this world rooted in the education and experience you have received here, courageously empowered to be outspoken and visionary advocates for the well-being of all creation, and innovative and improvisational leaders who can significantly impact the society that will emerge when the doors open again. Go in peace, justice, and joy. And now I invite President Benninger back to toast us all.
Thank you, Tanya. Thank you very much. And thank you to all of the speakers for your very important messages to the graduates. And now please raise your glasses to the class of 2020 of Drew University, the College of Liberal Arts, the Theological School, and the Casperson School of Graduate Studies. Class of 2020, we toast you, your families, and those who have supported you. And we recognize with pride your many accomplishments and gifts. Congratulations, and go forth and add to the world's good. Hear, hear.
Cheers.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody.
Cheers.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everybody.
Great stuff.
Bye.
Right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carol.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Marianne.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
I hope it was
Thank you,
okay.
Carol.
Good night. Thank you, everyone. Good night, everybody.
Be safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.